And today we have the opportunity to interact with our minister, and we requested to have specific highlights on science and technology, engineering, and mathematics policy, the ministry's policy regarding the recruitment of lecturers, and the universities and Zimbabwe manpower development funds, Zimbabwe audited accounts. Those are the main issues. But since this is our first time to meet our minister, there are certain issues in our ministries we might need guidance. And like a highlight on SDGs will actually give us a guidance how we can tackle that in the ministry. Because it's a task we have been mandated to look at, and it's our opportunity today to have at least an interaction and give us some guidance, and also a bit on the administration of single funds, just to outline the act so that people are aware. We also give you an opportunity to say one or two things which you need to guide the nation must know the next. So I will give the opportunity to the minister to lead us in this discussion. But before we do that, let's have introductions. Let's know one another first. Starting with the chairman, I'm Dr. Matarisi, LP for Sunil constituency and chairman of the Committee on Higher Education, Science and Technology Development.
Rima Machindura, MP for the previous central constituency.
I'm Parazai Chapona, MP for the central constituency.
I'm Peter Vincent Mawere, Isaka West.
Dorothy Kalungwe for my central machine. Elections are MP Machine. Elizabeth Shogun, central model.
That's what you say. Are you aware?
Engineer Marone, Director for Quality Assurance and Standards in the Ministry of IT and Education, Science and Technology Development.
Professor Charles Mkomba, Principal Advisor in the Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology.
I'm Chiringa Gamapurana, Family Secretary.
And I will go to Deputy Minister for Higher Education.
I thought it was going. I thought it was going to do it. There are some people behind me.
Yes.
These are from our office.
Thank you very much then.
Anna Maria, Lorraine Madu, Committee, Precious and Technical Committee Message. Petrol, National Committee.
Yes.
Justin Hero.
Ines Manson, General, Freelance. Erin Holiday.
Brian Tomo, Public Relations Officer, Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology.
Who's going to do that? You have been saying you want to start.
Yes, it's my time.
Thank you very much. Now we'll call upon our minister to lead us in the stage.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable members. I recognize the presence of members of the media fraternity with us and officials of Parliament. everyone else is from our ministry. I would like to start by thanking you, Honorable Chair, and through you, thanking the honorable members and the committee for giving us this opportunity to interact with you about policy issues that relate to our work, and in particular those that you indicated in your correspondence inviting us, namely the STEM policy, the ministry's policy regarding the recruitment of lecturers, and lastly the universities and ZimDev audited accounts. I also, Chairman, would like to preface my remarks or presentation on these three issues by expressing our appreciation for the support that the ministry has received from your committee in terms of our substantive work and the reports that you have done and presented to Parliament. That support is very significant and makes a huge difference in creating an enabling environment for us to discharge our responsibility, and also for us to be aware of the issues that the communities, our country, have and raise through their representatives, which you flag out. We really appreciate that, Honorable Chair. And in particular, I want to, in a special way, appreciate the help that you provided in highlighting the consequences, negative consequences that would have visited our sector had the budget for universities in the allocations for 2017 been reduced by 50% with respect to the salaries for university staff. You were an important voice, and we think your voice was heard, along with the submissions that were made to the Treasury, and a right decision was taken. And I think that is an example of what can happen if the ministry works well with its portfolio committee and takes a positive policy advantage of the forum you create. So thank you very much for that. With respect to the issues before us, and with your indulgence, I would like to start by sharing with you, and that is distributing to you, Chairman and members of the committee, a report that is for the chair and the deputy chair there. And then for the others, can you assist please to give the honorable members in front of me? Can we ask for some more? Yeah, can I have? I see that the members of the media imagine that we have made copies for them as well, which unfortunately we did not do. Honorable Chair, you will recall that when I last appeared before you, and when our attention was focused on the 2016 A-level STEM initiative that we've introduced, we indicated to the committee that we were in the process of engaging the sector as a whole, which is some 46 institutions, through what we called interactive sessions. And these were quite involved interactive sessions in order to get some grounded information and appreciation of the state of the sector against the backdrop of the decision by His Excellency in 2013 to bring together the then Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education on the one hand and the then Minister of Science and Technology Development on the other hand, to create the current Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development. It was one backdrop. A lot of issues, some of a policy nature and others of a legislative nature, arising from that decision, so that there would be an organic relationship between the two. But also against the backdrop of the fact that the science and technology policy, which had been adopted in 2012 by the former Minister of Science and Technology, was coming to an end in December 2015, and the same with the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education Policy, which also had been adopted in 2012, was coming to an end in 2015 December, that giving us an opportunity to come up with a new policy which now would reflect the combined ministry. I'm pleased to report that the process which started in July 2015 ended in March 2016, and the findings or the summary of the content that came out of those very extensive interactive sessions with each and every institution in our ministry is now contained here in this report that we have that I have given to you. It's a very important report in our view, Honorable Chair, not least because it gives us now the template to come up with a clear policy for the next 10 years, as well as a clear proposal, legislative proposal that will entail the amendment of a number of, in fact, all of the main acts that we administer. This includes the Manpower Planning and Development Act and the individual acts that establish the 9 state universities at the moment, and also the ZIMCHE Act, which provides for the regulator as well as for the setting up of private universities or non-state universities in terms of the charter, but also a strategic review and redefinition of the higher and tertiary education sector and its purpose in national development. And a major milestone in that review is going to be the national skills audit that we are going to undertake. And this is going to be a major one, the last having been done in 1981, 1982, and having been responsible for the development of higher and tertiary education policy and institutions as we have had it over the last 35, 36 years. So this is a very key document in that respect. But it is also key because it helps explain the science, technology, and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics policies, STEM. What this means is that with respect to the first two issues that are on our specific agenda today, there is work in progress because we've just published this and we have sent it back to all of our institutions of higher and tertiary education, science and technology development, and we have given, we finished the engagement on the document itself last week, and we've given them 4 weeks to come back to us after having studied the report, and we will be having a ministry-wide series of meetings to then now firm up and take positions on what we need to do about a range of things, including STEM and the important question of policy regarding the recruitment of lecturers. It's very important for me to say this because some of, if not all of the representations that we are going to make today should in some way be taken with some caution as tentative in the sense that it's work in progress. But the good thing is that it's work in progress that is coming to some finality. We were busy working towards it between 2015, July 2015, when I was assigned to this responsibility by His Excellency, and now. But we see 2017 as a year of implementation. You know, we have finally come to a stage where we are ready to dirty our hands, in making clear the roadmap as we see it for the next 10 years to 2026, but also to do the Chinese thing that says a journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with the first step. So we are ready to take that first step to implement the policy this year. And because 2017 is a year of implementation, I think it is fair to say we foresee a situation going ahead of quite some engaged interaction with yourselves, with the committee, because the implementation takes place on the ground in the real world of our communities, affects our communities. Since this is about higher and tertiary education, it's about the skills that our country needs to move forward its agenda, and in our case, that agenda being one of industrializing and modernizing our country. And this given to us by our national leadership, that the time has come for Zimbabwe, along with other countries in the region and on the continent, but for us the remit is for Zimbabwe to industrialize and modernize. And we are doing this against the background of our experience over the last 36, 37, if you benchmark it on the promulgation of the Manpower Planning and Development Act, then perhaps it's since 1984. We are on the verge of what we think is a very exciting time for our country, and made exciting in terms of our sector by the clarity of our national leadership. And it was a good and happy coincidence for us, because the policy clarity and vision was given to us at the time when His Excellency the President was also the chairman of SADC, and during which tenure SADC came up with the SADC industrialization strategy, and he was also the chairman of the African Union, during which time the AU came up with Agenda 2063. 2063 is about industrializing our continent and coming up with not on the vision for doing that, but the practical steps within which higher and tertiary education, science and technology development will play a leading role. Now, you have specifically asked for the STEM policy, which falls against this background. STEM, we have adopted STEM in order to respond to the direction that has been given by our national leadership to industrialize and modernize Zimbabwe. We are very clear that it will not be possible if we do everything else right, but do not develop the skills that are necessary for that task, for our country to industrialize. And to facilitate a more focused discussion, this is for you and the Deputy Chair. And then, can you come and help me?